Hi guys, let's start the briefing for...
Hello and welcome to all. Despite the many small climbs on today's route, the sprinters will probably have ticked the stage off, and it's a safe bet that they will do their utmost to ensure that the peloton comes in bunched. Things are livening up at the head of the peloton. Watch out for him. He's a real puncher who can come out on top on any finish with a short climb, but he can also rely on a good turn of speed if there's a group finish. The riders are at the foot of the first classified climb of the day. There will be 2 and 1 point for the first two to the top.
His teammates have already started the pursuit, no doubt aiming for a sprint finish. He's the best placed on the overall standings in the breakaway. At the front, he's the best placed for the green jersey. He's the best placed rider in the climber standings amongst the breakaway. He's the fastest sprinter in the leading group.
The time gap between the peloton and the breakaway is decreasing. The breakaway is losing ground.
His teammates have positioned themselves at the head of the peloton. They will no doubt manage the gap so as to finish in a sprint. Flat stages. Little wonder that they're not shown in their entirety on TV. The first riders are 2 kilometers from the climb. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The front of the race is in the feed zone. The breakaway is losing ground.
The first riders are 2 kilometers from the climb. Here's the positions over the last climb. He's got his team riding to set up a sprint finish. This is not the time to hang around at the back of the peloton.
The breakaway is 10 kilometers from the intermediate sprint.
He's got his team riding to set up a sprint finish. This is not the time to hang around at the back of the peloton. He's got his team riding to set up a sprint finish. This is not the time to hang around at the back of the peloton. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed. He's the best placed rider in the climber standings amongst the breakaway.
30 seconds lead for the head of the race. 5 kilometers for the lead riders. The peloton should soon gobble them up.
5 kilometers for the breakaway. It'll be tight for the stage victory.
With less than 3 kilometers to go, the final sprint is taking shape. The lead-out men are in place, and the sprinters will soon move into action.
Last kilometer, you've got to sprint!
He is in sparkling form and you can clap him loudly. Well done, guys. We're where we should be. We were aiming for a top 10 spot and you did the job. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this.
Hello everyone. On the stage, reserved exclusively to the roads of the Ain region, the riders have got their work cut out for them, with climbs spread along the whole length, including 2 ascensions of the Grand Colombier by 2 different sides. They're going to have to tough it out. Nobody can afford an off day. Acceleration at the head of the peloton. He's a good puncher. You must keep a close eye on him on short climbs. If he wants to take points for the polka dot jersey, he must break away. He could be labelled as a puncher, but he's also good in the mountains. However, his top speed can be described as lethargic. The first difficulty of the day is classified as second category. The riders will share 5, 3, 2 and 1 point towards the polka dot jersey.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit. Here's the positions over the last climb. His team is at full throttle. They have no one at the front. He's the highest placed of the climbers in the breakaway.
The climb to the Col du Sapel, the second pass of the day, has now begun. 8.8 kilometers at 5.6%.
He asked his teammates to maintain the tempo. He must feel on form today.
Only the first 4 riders to the top will score points in the mountain standings. The breakaway is 10 kilometers from the intermediate sprint. The gap with the yellow jersey is melting away. The escapees will have difficulties going all the way.
Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint. There's a big gap to the breakaway. It's good to have placed a guy up front. The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
The Côte de Jay also earns 2 and 1 point for the mountain standings.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
Although it's less well known than the Alpine passes, the Grand Colombier is considered one of the most difficult climbs in France.
He's the highest placed of the climbers in the breakaway.
Le Grand Colombier is classified all category. There will be a maximum of 25 points to be earned for the polka dot jersey.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
Go, go! Plus vite! Los!
Only 1 kilometre more of climbing for the man at the front.
Allez, plus vite!
The descent is long and fast. It will take the riders to angle 4, where they'll find the feeding zone. The breakaway is being reeled in. It will be difficult to withstand the return of the yellow jersey.
You've just taken the top spot of the climber standings. That's good. Keep it up.
The front of the race is in the feed zone.
A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer.
Okay, I'll put in a big acceleration.
Allez, on lâche rien. Vamos, vamos, vamos.
The riders will cross the finishing line once before starting the final climb of the day.
Allez, plus vite, Ps4.
Understood. I'll take it easy whatever happens.
Riders are once again at the foot of the Grand Colombier. This time they'll take another route up. Even if they don't go all the way to the top, it's a demanding climb with an average slope of 7.6%. One and a half minutes lead for the head of the race over the favourites. The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the yellow jersey.
I don't know if it's a bluff, but the breakaway looks to be increasing the pace at the front of the race.
Okay, I'll consume a speed.
Vamos, que sois los mejores. Here we go. Allez, les gars.
Okay, I'll consume a speed.
Allez, courage, les gars, et plus vite.
I'll go full out on the relay.
Bravo, les gars.
Points for the polka dot jersey will be doubled at the top of this final climb. So there will be 20, 16, 12, 8, 4 and 2 points for the first 6 to the summit.
easy on the relay.
¡Tú puedes, dale! ¡Venga, venga, venga! ¡Ánimo, vamos ahí!
The lead riders 1 minute 30 on the favourites.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
Continuez comme ça. Allez. Allez les gars.
Yes, tuyo.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
Allez les gars, allez, go, go, go! Allez, on y va!
He's got his teammates riding because in front there's a rider who's dangerous to him in the overall standing.
1 kilometre from the summit, and it's a lone rider that should go over the top in front. Riders will be on a familiar ground when descending to the finish, since they take the same route as their first descent to the Grand Colombier.
He'll be the new polka dot jersey. He can no longer be caught today.
Only 8 kilometres left for the head of the race. It's flat all the way to Culo.
Only 5 kilometers left for the race leaders.
There's only 2 kilometres left for the man at the front. He can savour his victory. He won't be caught. Here comes the red pennant.
The breakaway is 1 kilometer from the finishing line.
campeones.
Allez, vas-y, Martin.
Allez, les gars! Venga!
On te suit.
Venga, apretad.
He is in sparkling form and you can clap him.
We could have hoped for better than a top 10 place today. The podium seemed possible. It's a pity. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. The main...
Hello, cycling fans everywhere. This stage has transition written all over it. However, riders must be wary of the terrain on the approach to Bern. The terrain leading to the finish is far from flat, so the timing of that final effort is of utmost importance. Things are livening up at the head of the peloton. Attempt at a counter-attack. 1.5 minutes for the breakaway. It might just work. His best chance of victory is to try a breakaway from far out. At ease on short climbs, mountain passes or on the flat, all he lacks is a good turn of speed when finishing in a big group. He's a puncher, at home on hilly terrain. Whether on mountain stages or on hills, he's to be taken seriously as he climbs well.
He's the best placed on the overall standings in the breakaway. At the front, he's the best placed for the green jersey. He's the best placed rider in the climber standings amongst the breakaway. He's the fastest sprinter in the leading group. He's the fastest sprinter in the leading group. Flat stages. Little wonder that they're not shown in their entirety on TV. His teammates have positioned themselves at the head of the peloton. They will no doubt manage the gap so as to finish in a sprint.
The first 15 to pass the intermediate sprint score points towards the green jersey. At the front of the race, it's time to pick up something to eat.
The breakaway is losing ground.
The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win. He's got his team riding to set up a sprint finish. This is not the time to hang around at the back of the peloton. At the front, he's the best placed for the green jersey.
He's a very good puncher. He's rather limited in the mountains and his top speed is not really a reliable asset.
The first riders are 2 kilometers from the climb. He's the best placed rider in the climber standings amongst the breakaway.
Today's victory goes to the breakaway. It managed to surprise the peloton. The red pennant for the breakaway.
He is in sparkling form and you can clap him loudly. Here's the yellow jersey. He will be able to hang this jersey in his...
We were aiming for a top 10 place on this stage, and we failed. It's a pity.